We started with a bit of, we've kind of done all the leg entanglements for the inside position series, so single leg X, outside ashi, and then reverse, so cross ashi. So what I want to do now is I want to go through what I call the outside position series. So difference is that with the inside position series, it assumes that I have this, that I have inside position. That's what this particular position is. So now we're going to assume that I don't have inside position, that we were here, my opponent was smarter than me, and he was able to get a foot in the inside position. So I don't have inside position this time, okay? So stay parallel just for the practice. So, and the main thing that's important with this, everyone's going to hate me, you need to be able to invert. So we're going to start with just basic inversions and getting a nice clean inversion. Because if you can't invert, that's going to be a problem. Okay? So what we're going to do, just starting with a simple inversion exercise, from this position, I'm going to come with my right hand to his left knee, left ankle. I want to bring, and the main thing, and a lot of people make this mistake when they invert, is they want to roll. And then I kind of come over here, and I don't really get an inversion. What I want to do is I want to come here, and I want to put my head between his feet. Okay? That's going to be the key to getting a good inversion, is getting my head here between his feet and coming here. Now I have a good inversion. From here, I can go to my leg entanglements. Okay? So that's going to be the first exercise I want us to work on, just getting a good, clean inversion, making sure that we're in a position where we can raise our hips up and actually get our leg entangled. Okay? If we don't have the inversion, the rest doesn't matter. So from here, like I said, you can push this leg further in to make it easier. Hand comes to the ankle, head goes between his legs. Okay? And I'm here. I should be able to look up his shorts and see his butt. So, okay? And one more thing, you want your head sort of in here. You don't want your head here. Okay? If you're doing that, I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to try. If you're coming with your head like here, now I get caught. Yeah, exactly. Now all he does is drop a knee. And if you're doing that with someone really heavy like Jan, then you start gasping for air and screaming because it hurts. Okay, your head just goes just here, kind of between the toes. Okay, so this is what I want. And I can use this grip because we're going to be needing this later. Okay, this is the first exercise. Just practicing that. Okay, so let's give that a try. Let's move on. So now from the inversion, you can obviously go into the different sort of ashigarami, those sorts of leg entanglements. But actually, the first thing I want to do is just go directly to an attack. So we're going to start. For practice purposes, I want us to break this up into 2 steps, just to make sure that we get the steps right. But when you're doing it, it should be a fluid movement. Okay. So first, I just want to repeat. We go to our inversion. I come here. Okay, and now for a leg entanglement, I would continue my spin and go on the outside. But right now, what I actually want to do is just go straight to a Kneebar. So with this grip on his ankle, what I'm going to do is actually shoot my feet and my hips up here. And now I've actually already got his knee on my hips. All I have to do is bring the foot here, and I get my Kneebar. Okay, so you can launch directly into an attack from there. So I will say that Kneebar is not very high percentage, but it's one of those things. I think you need to know it because your opponent will react to things like that when you start doing this sort of inversion, and you need to understand what he's reacting to understand what you do next. So it's kind of like you almost never add 1 and 1, but you have to understand how to add 1 and 1 before you can add 53 and 42. So, okay, coming in, like I said, we come in, and I mentioned this when you were working our inversions. I don't like to come in like this, because I need to spin my hand thumbs down anyway, so I like to go ahead and put my thumb towards the ground. Go into our inversion, and now I'm grabbing the ankle with both hands. And from here, I'm not swinging my hips out. This is why I was telling everyone not to do that a second ago. What I'm doing is bringing my hips up. You can go in either direction, they both work. Actually, this one would be even better, because now you can go in the original Kneebar that we've been practicing. And let's actually focus on that, because that Kneebar is more known to you. Okay? So, one more time, just so everyone sees what I'm doing. So, from here, thumb down, invert, grab the ankle. And what I want to do is bring basically my hips here, bring it down, keep going in the wrong direction. So, you can come here and invert. Okay? So, clear what I want? Okay, let's practice that, see how far we get, and then go from there. Okay, so, yeah. So, the Kneebar is looking okay now, so people are getting the entry. So now I want to go to the first actual leg entanglement from the position. Okay? So, again, same idea. We come here, and I first, like I said, I want to keep splitting these apart. First invert, then do the next section. So I always want to make sure that we get a nice clean inversion here first. Okay? That's the first thing I want us doing. So now from here, we're going to go to an inside, directly into an inside ashikarami. So from here, but it's the same sort of situation. Before I was grabbing the heel and lifting my hips up. It's the same sort of thing, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this foot, this one, to hook into this thigh. I'm going to keep the grip on his ankle, and now I'm going to pivot my hips out. And that gives me my inside ashi. It's also known as Imanari roll. It's just we're doing it in the seated position. Look up Imanari highlight reel. There's a lot of just really awesome, standing Imanari entries in all sorts of things.
MMA too.
Yeah, MMA and everything. Just spinning into the Imanari and going directly into a heel hook. I think one of the fastest MMA finishes was from an Imanari roll. The guy rolled into an inside heel hook and finished the guy in like 10 seconds. And it looks just so damn awesome, honestly. But it's outside of looking awesome, it actually is something that works. So, but again, we're going to keep splitting these up. So, same inversion procedure. I bring my thumb down, make a nice big arch with this foot, and come here to this inverted position, and grabbing the heel. Now, hook onto the thigh, and we're going to keep in mind something Gary Tonin calls the shin the balls method. So, because a big problem I see a lot of people do is they kind of come in here, and then they're sort of weirdly stuck because their hips are too low. Okay? When we do this, we need to make sure that we go very high, and I don't want to say ideally, but it's not a bad thing if you accidentally kick him in the balls with your shin. Okay, so that's the shin the balls method, basically. I'm not going to kick you in the balls, but again, if you're at a tournament and you accidentally kick him in the balls with the shin, I'm not going to complain. I'll put it that way. So, coming in here, from here, and now what I really want to do is make sure that this shin goes right up into his balls. And that's what makes him ball. Yeah. The ball lines. Okay, we are coining that term. That is how we are going to call this from now on. The ball lock. So anytime you're wondering if your Imanari roll isn't working and you don't know why, it's because you're not doing the proper ball lock. Here. So one more time to demo. So just coming in here, grab, shin to walls, doing the wall lock. Yeah. And now I've got my inside heel lock. And the good thing about that is the way he lands, his heel is way up in the air, and it's really hard for him to hide that heel now. So he's got a lot of work to keep out of the inside heel look. Okay? So let's drill this a bit, and then we'll do some sparring.